Hello my friends and welcome to another video. This is Mr. Bed of Life and today I have something special to show you. This is one of my mega projects that I have been working on for the past almost 2 months, and I finished it about a week and a half ago. It is just in time for Christmas or Advent, I suppose, and that would be my cathedral church. I suppose it's a cathedral church, Catholic church, called the Holy Martyrs Church, named after that because of the blood of the martyrs. Its theme is somewhat of a military theme about the Crusades, but not exclusively. And I've been wanting to do this build for a while, so I will take you for a little tour of the church. First, we'll go around the outside, and obviously, this is all custom built. I had built these little steeples here on the side of the church, and there's some lights behind there illuminating it from night, which I'll show you in a bit. I also have these custom Halloween windows that are put in place here, sort of stained glass like, I suppose, with the green. And we'll go to the front of the church, which is actually facing east for those who care. And on the front of the church, I have a cross, and then a couple of, I suppose, would be crusaders along, and as well as at the top. And I have a little dude down here that wants to kill me, so we'll take care of him in a sec. Or he'll take care of me. Okay, now that little guy's out of the way, I will continue. So I'm also a fisher of things. Anyways, so at the top of the church here, I use these tomato temple pieces to sort of build the roof on the sanctuary, which will go inside in a minute. And I just use regular roof pieces to cover the rest of it. Now, there's three distinct sections to this church. As you can see, some of the pieces didn't fit perfectly together, but they're close enough. Up here is sort of a attic to the church, and then I built another steeple here, and then I use green lights to light up. It looks quite nice light, and there's a lighthouse piece at the top for directions. This is the custom steeple on the top here. And from the front of the church, I built this custom cross on the front, and these are actually Star Wars pieces here from the Star Wars set, this circular piece, and I just built that around there. It's looking quite neat. And if I go down a bit, this is the entrance to the church. And I got some more dudes that want to attack me. Take care of them. And Blue Squire is my companion for the day. He's my crusader. So we go up the steps of the church. Be sure to eat an Easter egg. And we'll walk into the church. It is daytime. I have these doors from the Frostland set. And some more crusaders guarding. And I got some banner flags, some random decorations and stuff here. So we'll start by going to the side here of the entrance, and we have these steeples here. This is what it looks like from the bottom. Okay, and they're lit up with blue lights. And you go up to the top here. This is where the second level is, and this is where also the singers are. Now this switch, I won't hit it yet, but I'll show you later what that does. And up here, I have sort of extra seating for everyone. Up here, if they want to sit down and partake in the service. And I have the church organ and some more seats here. Okay. And we'll get a full view of the church in a minute. So I'm going to go back downstairs for a second, or actually I'm going to go upstairs. This is just the other side when you come in. So this is where it goes up into the attic and the storage and stuff like that for the church. So this goes to the attic this way, and this one goes up to the bell tower. And of course there's no actual bells that you can get in any of the sets, but I did make this sort of custom looking looking this custom looking bell thing with various pieces from Star Wars and some other pieces as well, and it's lit up with green at night. Okay, and blue square is in my way. Thank you. Go back down the bell tower. There's the inside of the cross. I use directional building obviously to get this done, and there's some lights hidden behind. There's 2 layers of walls here, or floor pieces I should say. Okay, now we're gonna go into the attic of the church. Sometimes you get stuck under here, but there we go. Okay, and again I used this tomato temple pieces to make a roof, and that's just there. This is not supposed to be decorative in any way. This is just the functional part, I suppose. You go up these stairs, and these are sort of lighting that I have set down. So right now the lights are turned on to the church. If I hit this switch, the lights go off, but sometimes they glitch out a bit, so I just have to move them into place. But and then when we go downstairs, we can turn lights on, you'll see the effect. So this is the church, and over here is the exit, and we just end up on top of the sanctuary. Again, with these pieces here. Okay, so we'll close that door, and we'll go down to the main part of the church. That's the best part. Okay, and go down the steps. Alright, so it's daytime right now, and if you go into here, you'll see the church, how it is. I used tomato temple pieces combined with regular castle pieces. I didn't have the line night set, but I think I did okay otherwise. And the sanctuary is way over on the other side there, and the pulpit, and then I have these 2 little fonts for water. Well, they're supposed to represent fonts for water anyways. And then I have these little statues here, some fishes on the wall to represent fisher of men, I suppose. And then some things related to the crusaders, so they have their swords up there represent. And there's a ship there. Maybe it's a crusaders ship. And yeah, so what I'll do is this switch here controls the light switch for the church. So you see how it's sort of partially lit up now. If I go like this, now it's fully lit up. Do that again. Okay, so lights are off. So once you go into the church, I have these railings here and a bunch of seating for the parishioners. On this side here, we have the confessionals, and I've labeled them 1 through 4. So this is the part where the priest sits to listen to your confession, on right here. And blue squares in the way. And then from here, this is where you sit if you want to, like that, and tell us about your sins, I suppose. Close those doors. And it's the same on this side over here. I got confessional 1 and 2. Alright. Okay, and this is these little plaques on the wall are supposed to represent the stations of the cross, so 1 through 14. There's 2 more over there. 3 on this side. And 3 over here. And then in these little alcoves here, we have more what I'm calling artifacts. So artifacts that they brought back from the Crusades, various things. And I have these little lights in the window as well to help light up at night. This side also has artifacts as well from their journeys, Christian artifacts from different saints and so forth, maybe from Jerusalem. And then more stations of the cross. At the front, we have the pulpit, and I should have removed this chest. It was just there for when I was building. You can stand up here and then preach from the pulpit. Got a little book there and everything. And if we go down this way, this is actually blocked off, but this side goes into, this side goes into the sacristy, and then you have a bookshelf here. So this is where they prepare for mass, and this is, I suppose, where they would store their clothing. It's a little sink there to wash your hands, and a broom, and just some basic, maybe some basic things here. And I'll go with the other side now before we go into the sanctuary. And on this side is the sort of the bishop's sort of personal sacristy. So he's got a bunch of reference books and missalettes and stuff for the mass. And he's got his personal couch and a desk to write letters and whatnot. And he's got a little chair there when he's preparing. And there's a little storage place as well for him, and some flowers and a sink. And this is the actual sanctuary. All right, so you come up to here and you kneel for communion, and you have the various things you need for any particular mass. You have the 2 chairs for either priest or bishop. You have a bunch of little chairs for the altar servers. You have the oils, I suppose, here. On this side, you have some water and various things for the mass. You have the candles, obviously, for every mass. And then you have the book of the Gospels here, or the book that they need for saying the mass. And if you notice, this is facing the east as well. And if you look at the cross there as well, and there's some on the ceiling, there's some pictures. I suppose these would be famous icons of various saints in the past. You have the tabernacle here, and so when the priest comes up, he says mass from here. So you can have a few different priests, or the bishop will come here and say mass facing the east. He has little plants in the background as well. So I'm quite impressed with how this church turned out. He spent a lot of time trying to get the angles and sizing and everything correct, and I hope one day maybe they'll get some few visitors here. And there's actually one other thing that I didn't mention. I look up at the roof, we'll go the other direction here so you can see it. So on the roof I have this little mosaic, and you have on the roof there's 3, and that stands for the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Same with this side. And then in the middle section here on the roof that have directional building going on, have the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and then the Chi Rho, which is a Christian symbol. Specifically, I suppose it's St. Ambrose, but it's also representative of early martyrs or Christians who fought for the faith. So, and we'll go up here, and there's also a few more statues of different saints as well, and maybe crusaders. I'm not sure if there's any particular one, but that's how it is. And then I have also the Alpha and the Omega here to represent the beginning and the end, which is God. As you can see, it's starting to darken up a bit. It's almost nighttime. So what I'm going to do is probably turn lights off and come back here. Alright, so with the lights off, it does look quite a bit different. I do have some always on lights, but it does look quite nice in my opinion. And I think, yeah, there's some red lights up here too. So in the choir loft, I'll just go up in here. I have both organs from both sets here, and you can do a little tune, I suppose. Everyone knows this tune already. And then I have the more haunting tune. Maybe it's a funeral tune, I don't know, but... And then Wookie's having a good old time with his fishing rod. Yeah, and that about does it. I will quickly go outside and show you what it looks like at night. Here's what it looks like at nighttime from this side and this side. I'll just go outside and see how it's lit up here at nighttime. Cross from quite far away, and you have the green up here. Steeple's lit up, and from the outside you can see through all the windows there. And at the right here we see how it's lit up as well. All right, Well, thank you everyone for watching this video of my church in Lego Fortnite. There's more I wanted to do this church, but unfortunately I was starting to get close to some limits of Lego Fortnite. It was complaining about my other town over here and other pieces, and it was starting to lag a lot when I was building, so I kind of just stopped it there. Maybe it could use some more decorating, but I think I got most of it done and completed. All right. Thanks everyone for joining me.